YouTube will love this topic. YouTube makers will say it is controversial. Yes, it is. So we're going to be focusing today on a topic related to what is best for you to do a language crossover. Let's say Spanish versus French. Today, YouTube viewers are on the hike. YouTube, because of the pandemic and even I think post-pandemic, will be increasingly going on hikes because of more demography groups are watching YouTube videos. So you want to actually boost the band and you want to go abroad of new viewers, you need to think about doing a language crossover besides English being the big time chunk of YouTube viewers, yet the niche of Spanish and French or other languages, it is simply increasing. So watch these steps, this video step by step, because I'm going to produce some of the guidelines so you guys decide on which of the two of the language would be the best for you to do a YouTube crossover. And also I'm going to talk about the benefits. My name is Renato and I am your language trainer. This channel's name is My Language Trainer. So if you feel like it, just hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell so you get, every time I produce a video, you have a notification. So let's jump into this topic. Spanish versus French. Which of the two is the best choice for you to start crossover in language in YouTube or social media? So let's get started with it. Right now, it is a hike of YouTube viewers. In the hike, it is mostly all over the world. So it is not only into the, let's say, the English community. It's not into the English YouTube viewers community. The hike, it is going all over the different niche of language viewers. So you want to produce videos at some point and you want to hit more and different markets. More people all over the world will hit the subscribe button and will hit the bell if you are producing and creating different content in different language. So also, this particular video goes to new YouTubers that are out there, people that want to be YouTubers and they simply want to cross the barrier of a language and go to another, let's say, language communities, because you actually want to go with the trend of today, the hike of YouTuber and YouTube viewers all over the world. So let's just get started and jump. Let's just jump into this topic. So we're going to be reviewing the amount of Spanish viewers that right now are jumping into the system and they are jumping into social medias. They are actually a hike on the Spanish viewers and people that want Spanish content. If you have a big time talent and you are actually broadcasting it in YouTube right now, and you actually want to you want to hit that particular language community, which is, I'm talking about Spanish community YouTube viewers, you want to actually, even if you don't know that much Spanish, you actually want to come up with some sort of let's say, talking point that involves them, or even if you do know some Spanish, go ahead and start producing. So I guess Spanish, with its more or less nearly 400,000 speakers all over the world, and in Latin America is a fantastic amount of people that are joining YouTube, which mother language, which native language, it is Spanish. So we're looking at about, let's say, about 400 viewers that you are ignoring out there, and they might want you to actually produce. They admire you, seeing you on other YouTube topics, but you're talking in English, and they will may want to listen to you. They want to listen to your voice talking to them in their native language. So Spanish, just let's say, Spanish has about 400 millions of viewers, which are out there waiting for you to actually address them. So just don't forget that it is many ways for you to start doing your crossover in, let's say, we're talking about Spanish, we're gonna go to French. But this time, if you want to cross over to Spanish, you want to know some ways to start. And I can tell you this, a lot of the big time performers, and let's just go to mention one. I'm going to mention one of the performers that started doing this 50, 60 years ago. Nat King Cole, Nathaniel Cole. He was one of the big time singer and performer who sang in Spanish. He was from the United States, African American from the United States. He didn't know much Spanish, but yet he there, and he actually went ahead and went on chant and sings in songs. I tripped my tongue. Songs in Spanish. So you could actually start by, like, in your description. In some of your description, you can actually put Spanish descriptions if you want to start by that. But also you could actually memorize your lines. So all you got to do is to memorize some lines in the language that you want to do the crossover, and then you can get started. So let's say Spanish as a crossover, because of the amount of, let's say, followers all over the world, because of the enormous amount of people that are viewers and are going to be increasingly become YouTube viewers and social media viewers, it is, I say, the best bet to start. Even though French, it is a worldwide language, and it is more or less a professional language. If you look into the second language to produce YouTube, I will go ahead and say it is Spanish. French, it is more of a commercial language, and remember, French, it is a language for business, for laws. If you want to go into a professional, if you want to focus your crossover career, you might want to maybe go into French. But also French does have a big amount of viewers. You can say just in Europe, it must be about close to 85 millions of viewers that speak the language. And then if you go to Africa, also it is a big amount of Africans that have, let's say, French as a second language. So you have Europe, you have in Africa, you have in the Indian Ocean, you have viewers who speak French. And in Latin America, you do have some countries. So let's say, in terms of amount of viewers, Spanish, it is the first choice if you want to do language crossover into a second language for your YouTube videos. Listen, the niche, the demography that is actually growing is actually Spanish and let's say French also. So you want to hit the second largest, and I'd say Spanish versus, when you say Spanish versus French, I will go ahead and decide for Spanish. Don't get me wrong, I will still say you will actually need to go, and if you want to create content in French, it's okay. So since we already endorsed Spanish as a second language for you to do crossover, let's go ahead and recommend for you. I'm gonna recommend for you another video that I already produced, and it is already on air. It is a video where I present 7 magic numbers, 7 hits in Spanish that are easy to understand, and they are the one that I recommend for you guys to do your crossover, for you to start getting involved. One thing in language is, and it's one tip I always want to be able to say, and I'm gonna always back. If you are trying to learn one language, the first thing you have to do, the first thing you need to do is you want to belong to the community of that language. And so if you want to be part of the Spanish language community, one thing that will help you right away to feel part of it and to feel that you own the language is to learn by listening to Spanish songs. So this is one of the things I'm gonna go ahead and to endorse first. I would say just try to see my video on how to learn Spanish by listening to Spanish song. That's one thing I'm gonna actually to recommend to you if you actually want to do a crossover in Spanish, and or if you want to be sitting this side of the end. All right, so Spanish would be the second language after English for you to do crossover. So when you say when you say Spanish versus French, I will endorse Spanish for the amount of viewers, and Spanish is all over, almost all over the planet, in different continents, and in the American continent. I tripped my tongue again. So in the American continent, Spanish, it is the second largest language for you to actually have viewers. And actually, this is a tremendous amount of viewers that you have right there. They're waiting for you. In terms of the other careers, is also very useful. So I'll say Spanish. When you say Spanish versus French, I will endorse Spanish. I already explained why, and also gave you some tips. So I'm gonna actually leave it in the comments, the tip that I gave you, so you start the journey on your first language crossover.